Good morning, you're listening to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning my guest is Jerry Millsaps, who's the owner of Pilot Floor Covering in the Greensboro, Winston-Salem, North Carolina area. Jerry, how you doing?
Doing fine. How are you, Ken?
I'm good. Good to be with you this morning. You're a little bit over there kind of where the TV show Mayberry was filmed, aren't you?
Right here at Mayberry and Mount Pilot.
All right. Well, that's a beautiful part of the world over there. I was calling to find out how sales are, kind of find out what's selling in your area. Before we get into that, though, why don't you just tell our listeners a little bit about Pilot Floor Covering? You've got 4 locations, don't you?
4 locations. Pilot Floor Covering was started by my dad, Harvey, back in 1959, and he retired, I guess, 15 years ago. Since that time, we've kind of expanded and now have 4 locations, one being in King, Winston-Salem, Welcome, and Kernersville.
Okay. And you sell to all different types of flooring, carpet, tile, wood, the whole across the board?
All different types of flooring. We also carry a line of cabinetry. We also do countertops. So we've broadened out from just the flooring side of it.
You sell both a little bit on the commercial side and on the residential side, right?
Yes, we do.
If you looked at your whole business, is it about 50-50, or how does that shake out?
We're retail around 70 or so percent.
Okay.
30% of it's commercial. We do mostly negotiated commercial.
Okay. Now, this is the time of year when a lot of people like you take a buying trip. You go and look and see what's new, and you change your assortment to make sure you've got the new things that are offered this year. Did you take any buying trips this year?
We did go to the conventions and see what was going on out there. We went to Shaw's convention, also Floor in America. 2 of our stores are Floor in America, so we went to their convention and did get to see a lot of new products, that's hitting the market. Did
you change your mix any based on what you saw?
No, we did not. We might have added maybe a little bit more LVT. We're seeing it pick up.
Well, that was my next question, is if you're seeing any trends out there. So LVT is starting to take a little bit more of the market share?
Yes, we're doing quite a bit of LVT stuff.
What is LVT taking share from, do you think?
I think it's taking quite a bit of share from some of the carpet as well as some of the commercial vinyl, the roll goods.
Do you think it's having an impact on laminate?
It had a big impact on laminate. Yeah. We're not doing near with laminate what we used to do.
So let me ask, one of the things that is the big rave this year is all this ultra-soft carpet. Are you picking up any of those styles?
We are. We're picking up Shaw's, and we're also picking up Mohawks.
Yeah. So you think there's a market for the real soft carpet?
They're going to be pushing it real hard, and so we certainly want to have it on the floor. I'm still not quite sure how it's going to be perceived with the customer, especially when you get into having to discuss vacuums. Vacuum cleaners seem to be one of the issues with it.
Okay. What is your outlook for 2013? Are you thinking things are going to be better than they've been in the last few years?
We do. Our January was up quite a bit. In February, we were ahead of budget, and so right now we seem to be tracking upward, so we're anticipating a real good year.
All right, so we've all gone through this recession, which has been about a 5 and 6 year period. So you feel like this year will be better than you've seen in the last 4 or 5 years?
I do. I'm really being optimistic on that. I think it's going to be better, and the year has started out better. So looking back over the past 3 or 4 years, for January and February, we're ahead, and so I've got good feelings about 2013.
When you compare yourself to the other people that are in the market, I'm sure you compete a little bit with the home centers, and then there's some other independent retailers you compete with. What do you think sets you apart versus the other folks in the business in your area?
I think my people. I think my sales force, my store managers, and, of course, how long we've been in business. And we really strive to make that customer happy and give them a great job. And my employees are the best.
The people that buy from you, how do they hear about you?
It's a lot of word of mouth. When you've been in an area since 1959, there's a lot of people that know you, so we do a lot of word of mouth. We have done some TV advertising that we had a good response off of, and this year we're going to be trying a little bit more direct mail.
Okay. And the name of your company, Pilot, is that really based on the Mount Pilot area?
Well, it is. It actually started out in 1959 in Pilot Mountain, which would be the Mount Pilot in the Mayberry show. And my dad, 2 years later, opened a store down in King, North Carolina. And after about the first year and a half in King, it was doing double what the one in Pilot was doing.
I see.
So he moved everything down to King, and, of course, we kept the name Pilot Floor Covering, even though we're not in the town of Pilot any longer. Right. But we're 15 minutes south of Pilot Mountain.
Jerry, I appreciate you spending time with us. Again, we've been talking to Jerry Millsaps, who's the owner of Pilot Floor Covering, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.